Sacramento Metro Real Estate Market. J. Emerson, Broker, DRE number 1788488, College Greens 95826. Market Update. Data is through December 31st, 2025. Emerson Real Estate. Real Estate Market Forces Model. The real estate market involves many participants. The heart of the market are buyers and sellers. The market is affected by many forces. All forces cannot be identified practically. The three most important words in real estate: timing, psychology, location. Fear and greed are forces in psychology. College Greens 95826. 5. Major search areas, each with a live portal. And now the results of the forces this month in College Greens 95826. Definitions: Sweat Index, Demand Index, minus, Supply Index, plus, percent off median price high, equals, Sweat Index, where Demand Index, equals, Pended, year over year, plus, Sold, year over year. Supply Index, equals, New, year over year, plus, Active, year over year. The intent is to calculate the current market dynamics. A negative index is, negative. Optimum sweat for a zip code is in the range of +30 to -30. Buyers are favored when the sweat index is negative. Supply Index, plus 147%, equals, favoring buyers. New, Listing Index, is, plus 56%. Active, Listing Index, is, plus 91%. Demand Index, equals, minus 41%. Favoring buyers. Sold, Listing Index, is, minus 29%. Pended, Listing Index, is, minus 12%. Sweat Index, equals, minus 198%. Favoring buyers, 28%, of 146 months are inside the rest area. Last high was, plus 252%, in April 2021. Last low was, minus 229%, in December 2022. Definitions: New, house was exposed as a listing during this calendar month, when higher than averages, leans toward buyers, more selection. Pended, listing went pending during this calendar month, when higher than averages, leans toward sellers, mine's next. Cancelled, listing was cancelled or expired during this calendar month, when higher than averages, leans toward buyers, sellers are nervous. Sold, listing was sold during this calendar month, when higher than averages, leans toward sellers, encouraged. Active, listing is available at the end of this calendar month, when higher than averages, leans toward buyers, more selection. Cumulative days on market, total number of days listing is active before going pending and selling, when higher than averages, leans toward buyers, market aging. Inventory Summary. Active, listings, equals, 21. Minus 25%, month over month. Plus 91%, year over year. Sold, listings, equals, 15, minus 32%, month over month, minus 29%, year over year. New listings, equals, 14, no change, month over month, plus 56%, year over year. Pended, listings, equals, 15, minus 17%, month over month, minus 12%, year over year. Cancelled, listings, equals, 4, plus 100%, month over month, plus 300%, year over year. Sweat index, equals, minus 198%. Favoring buyers. Details. Page 1. Data elements gathered and derived. This month. How it ranks among the zip codes tracked. How it compares to average, high, and low. 52 zip codes. Page 2. Page 3. Page 4. Supply and demand. Definitions. Lean score. Created to measure activity in each phase of a listing. Phases: new listing, active listing, pended listing, sold listing, canceled listing, and cumulative days on market. Cumulative days on market is the total number of days required to sell the listing. The variance between the current value of each data element and its short and long-term averages are calculated. A positive lean value leans toward seller, and negative value leans toward buyer, for a data item will be interpreted in different ways for each data element. The intent is to show who is favored, in the current market, based on the data. Each phase of a listing represents supply or demand. Lean score equals 12-year lean plus 26-year lean. When the phase lean score is greater than 0, it has a seller lean. When the phase lean score is less than 0, it has a buyer lean. When the phase lean score is 0, a neutral signal. Lean score equals plus 0.1. Favoring sellers. 3. Lean toward sellers. 3. Lean toward buyers. Months of inventory. Fewer than 4 months. A seller's market. Between 4 to 6 months. A balanced or neutral market. Greater than 6 months. Buyer's market. Equals 1.4. Favoring sellers. 21. Active. 15. Sold. Month over month. Year over year. Last high was 3.9 in September 2014. Last low was 0.3 in May 2023. Definitions. Market Activity Index. Created to compare zip codes regardless of time and money. Uses calculations of sold, pended, new, active, canceled listings and number of offers. Supply and demand. Maximum is 100. Minimum is 0. Sellers are preferred in a market whose index is greater than or equal to 30. Market Activity Index equals 15. Favoring buyers. Minus 27%, month over month. Minus 37%, year over year. Last high was in. Last low was in 100, September 2020, 12, January 2023. Which is 51% of its 12-year December average of 30. Definitions. New house was exposed as a listing during this calendar month, when higher than averages, leans toward buyers, more selection, New listings equals 14. No change. Month over month plus 56% year over year. Last high was 65 in July 2015. Last low was 9 in January 2023, which is 82% of its 12-year December average of 17. New listing index equals plus 56%. Last high was plus 100% in January 2024. Last low was minus 72% in January 2023. Definitions. Pended. Listing went pending during this calendar month, when higher than averages, leans toward sellers, mines next. Pended. Listings equals 15 minus 17% month over month, minus 12% year over year. Last high was 60 in March 2015. Last low was 11 in December 2022. Note, pended during the month is not the same as pending at the end of the month, which is 68% of its 12-year December average of 22. Pended listing index equals minus 12%. Last high was plus 171% in August 2015. Last low was minus 58% in March 2019. Definitions. Housing appetite. Appetite equals pended listings divided by new listings. Fresh demand over fresh supply. Overarching assumption is that the listings that are counted as new are also pended. Housing appetite equals 107%. 15 pended. 14 new. Month over month, year over year. Last high was in. Last low was in 211%. January 2023, 47%. August 2025, which is 81% of its 12-year December average of 132%. Definitions. Cancelled. Listing was cancelled or expired during this calendar month. When higher than averages, leans toward buyers, sellers are nervous. Cancelled listings equals 4 plus 100% month over month plus 300% year over year. Last high was 19 in February 2014. Last low was 1 in March 2014, which is 67% of its 12-year December average of 6. Cancelled listing index equals plus 300%. Last high was plus 500% in November 2024. Last low was minus 91% in November 2019. Definitions. Sold. Listing was sold during this calendar month. When higher than averages, leans toward sellers, encouraged. Sold listings equals 15 minus 32% month over month minus 29% year over year. Last high was 55 in September 2015. Last low was 10 in January 2023, which is 54% of its 12-year December average of 28. Sold, listing index, equals, minus 29%. Last high was, plus 175%, in September 2015. Last low was, minus 68%, in January 2023. Number of offers, equals, 31. Minus 31%, month over month. Minus 52%, year over year. Last high was, 328, in September 2020. Last low was, 16, in January 2014. Which is 43% of its 12-year December average of 72. The lowest December since collection started. Offers per sold listing equals 2.1, plus 1%, month over month, minus 32%, year over year. Last high was 8.4, in February 2022. Offers index equals minus 52%. Sold, listing index equals minus 29%. Last high was plus 464%, in May 2017. Last low was minus 85%, in May 2024. Pulled the demand, in. Definitions. Active, listing is available at the end of this calendar month, when higher than averages, leans toward buyers, more selection. Active, listings, equals, 21. Minus 25%, month over month. Plus 91%, year over year. Last high was, 78, in September 2014. Last low was, 7, in May 2023. Which is 78% of its 12-year December average of 27. Inventory index equals plus 91%. Last high was plus 171%, in May 2024. Last low was minus 76%, in July 2023. Definitions. Housing absorption. Absorption simply represents how inventory is absorbed given this month's active listings and last month's sold listings. This calculation is the inverse of months of inventory. Sold over active. Active over sold. Housing absorption equals 71%. 15. Sold. 21. Active. Month over month, year over year. Last high was 386%, in May 2023. Last low was 26%, in September 2014. Which is 50% of its 12-year December average of 143%. Definitions. Cumulative days on market, total number of days listing is active before going pending and selling. When higher than averages, leans toward buyers, market aging. Cumulative days on market equals 38, plus 36%, month over month, plus 124%, year over year. Last high was 63, in January 2015. Last low was 6, in November 2020. Which is 136% of its 12-year December average of 28. Median price equals 490,000. Minus 3%, month over month. Minus 2%, year over year. Median price 12-month moving average equals 491,000. No change, month over month. Minus 1%, year over year. Median price momentum equals minus 0.5, minus 0.3, last month. 2.8, last year. Minus 10%, off its last high of $545,000 in May 2022. Plus 124%, off its 12-year low of $219,000 in January 2014. Definitions: dollar volume. 1 sale. Sold price times number of offers equals total offered. Assuming all offers received were the same price, minus sold price equals excess volume. Unrequited demand. Dollar volume total offered equals 15 million. Sold volume equals 8 million. Excess volume equals 7 million. Unrequited demand. Last high offered was 124 million in September 2020. Last low was $1,000,006 in January 2015. Multiple offers. $1.4 million sold volume. 15 offers for 3 listings. $6.7 million total offered. $5.3 million excess volume, unrequited demand. Your broker for life, J. Emerson. Emerson Real Estate.
By the way, I'm never too busy for your referrals.